What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Logan, and tonight I'm going to be going over some stuff that I think could be sneaky good for investment purposes, for long-term holds, and stuff like that. We have a lot to get to, but before we get to it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for a chance to win the Victini Illustration Rare promo from the Black Bolt and White Flare collection box. So make sure you do that. So first up, we got the Sea and Sky Premium Collection box from Crown Zenith. Okay, if you guys were here back in the day, everybody knows this box was literally printed to the ground. Sam's Club really couldn't get rid of them, but they would sit on pallets for days at a time. They really would. There were just so many of them, and they would be months releases, right? It would be literal waves from Sam's Club, and it would be like, oh wow, another Sea and Sky collection palette dropped, and it was kind of insane how much they printed of these. But this price goes to show. So this retailed at $40. MSRP was $40 for this box right here, and that was not too long ago, guys. If we go look at the 1-year chart, it was at $60. So it was just a little over MSRP. Just a little over MSRP a year ago. And now we're sitting over 200. I mean, it's over 200 per box. Right? It said 185. That's $25 shipping. So this box is now worth over $200. And it really only took a year to go up by over 200%. Okay? And just before that, it was $40 for MSRP. But that just goes to show that if a set is good, if the cards in the set are worth opening it for, then the value will rise no matter how much it's printed. It does not matter how much it's printed. If the set is good and it's got good depth with good chase cards, it'll rise in value over time. But we got to think over time. Like I said, that's only a year. So if you loaded up on these, you did really well. And I personally did load up on these because I love Crown Zenith. I opened up a lot of the Sea and Sky boxes. I had like 14 packs for $40. That's a steal. So I think Sea and Sky still to this day, because I think Crown Zenith is going to be one of those sets where everybody remembers, man, I really wish I would have opened up some more. It's going to be one of those forgotten sets, not forgotten sets, but one of those sets that people are going to wish they opened up more when they had the chance. Next up is kind of just a little sneaky one. This one's kind of a personal bias because it's a Lost Origin Build and Battle Stadium box, because you get 12 packs out of here, right? And then you get 2 Build and Battle decks which have promo cards, and there's a Gengar in there. So if you get the promo Gengar, I mean, that helps out a little bit. But I mean, 12 packs from a sealed box with, some sort of guaranteed value from the Build and Battle decks, especially if you get the Gengar. I mean, it's not too bad of a price at all. You get it for $165. So if you get anywhere about $165-ish, $175, I guess I don't think it's gonna go to the freaking moon. But if you wanted to open up some Lost Origin and like it's not searched or anything, and it's not too bad of a price, because 12 packs is a third of a booster box. I know booster box has guarantees, but you're only paying probably an eighth of a booster box at $187. I'm trying to do quick math, but if a booster box is selling for over $800, that's probably like a sixth then. But still, you get what I'm saying. A third of the packs for a sixth of the price. If you were wanting to open this, I think this one would be pretty good. But like I said, if not to keep sealed, this Build and Battle Stadium in particular looks really nice with that Giratina. Next up, this one's kind of obvious. I've been saying this for a little bit ever since I started the channel. Celebrations. Specifically the Elite Trainer box, because you get a good amount of packs. You get 10 celebration packs, and you get 5 additional packs from the Sword and Shield era. I really don't know. I forgot what packs are actually inside, but I think it's pretty good ones if I'm being honest. But you could pick these up for about $245-ish for an ETB, which is not that bad of a price, guys. Because it came down the past 2 months or 3 months. It used to be at $265, and I think that was the all-time high, if I'm correct. Yeah, $265 was the all-time high for celebrations. And with a 30th year anniversary next year, I mean, the ETB's a screaming buy. And honestly, I think the Charizard collection box is a screaming buy. The Dark Sylveon's a screaming buy right now. And that might be, and then if you can get one of these international tints for a decent price, that might be. But Celebration specifically, ETB, Lance's Charizard box, Sylveon, Dark Sylveon box are kind of my like, you got to get those because the Dark Charizard, Lance's Charizard has Evolving Skies in it, and I'm pretty sure the Sylveon does as well. So those are my top 3 items from Celebrations that, I mean, every time an anniversary set happens, the previous anniversary set pops off. So next up, so this one is, I'm speculating a little bit on this one. So it's Battle Styles from the Sword and Shield era. Like I said, it's not the most crazy set, but it does have one of the most popular alt arts from the Sword and Shield era, which is the Sleepy Tyranitar. And if you look at it, okay, guys, so like I said, this is what I'm speculating. So Battle Styles booster boxes, last sold, let's just go to last sold. You got 275, 258, 267. So we're in the 250-ish, 270 range, okay? Now let's go to Tyranitar. Let's go last sold for Tyranitar. Near mint, you got 250, 290 with a picture, 275, 265. That's an 8. So 265 for a PSA 8. That's kind of insane. But you're right around the same range, okay? So from what I've looked at, the statistics and stuff like that from the Sword and Shield era, that it does not normally happen. The chase card normally does not equal the amount of the booster box. It's, and particularly, kind of not close for the most part. Like there's usually like $100, $200 gap from the top chase card to the booster box. Oh, well, from the booster box to the top chase card. Like if you look at in specific, here we go. We're gonna go Chilling Reign's the next one. Last sold for the Chilling Reign booster box, you got 500, 510, 558. Okay, then you look at the set list. The chase card is 380. So if we were in the 500 areas for Chilling Reign, which is a better set than Battle Styles, and the highest chase card is 280, maybe, like I said, this is like a speculation play that the Battle Styles booster box might have a little bit of room to grow if it's this close to the top chase card from the set, because it normally doesn't happen. You look at Evolving Skies, the Moonbreon. Evolving Skies, $2,500, $2,600, and Moonbreon's what, a little over $2,000 right now. Fusion Strike, you got the Gengar about $750, maybe a little higher. Fusion Strike booster boxes over $1,000. Lost Origin, $850, probably pushing close to $900 now. Giratina is mid sixes, low sevens. Brilliant Stars, Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest might be close because that Lugia went on a tear recently. But for the most part, in general, the sealed booster boxes normally aren't that close to the top chase card for the Sword and Shield era. So like I said, bit of a speculation play, but that's just my opinion on it. Chilling Reign, like I know I kind of went to it beforehand, but if you look at the set Chilling Reign, I think it has a room to grow, and it has the second most alternate arts in the Sword and Shield era. Okay, we got the Blaziken, we got the Kickin' Chicken. This is a fan favorite card. The Galarian Moltres, I absolutely love this card. We got the Snorlax from the Secret Rare Gold Snorlax. That's one of the best gold cards ever. Nobody could tell me otherwise. You got Galarian Articuno, Shadow Rider Calyrex. This is a sneaky, beautiful card. If you see it in person, the way the texture and the way the Calyrex is like outlined in that blue, it just looks so good in person. You got the Slow King, Zeraora is a really nice card. Rapidash, a really nice card. You got the Roadrunner, Zapdos. And that's, I mean, there's other alternate art cards, but those are kind of the top chase pulls. But it's got 9 pretty solid cards from Chilling Reign with 2 pretty big ones. And the last souls were right around 500, okay? So I really do think Chilling Reign with the second most alternate arts and 2 of the most iconic ones from Sword and Shield era. I say 2. One of the most iconic. This is one of my personal favorites, so my bad, misspoke on that one. But next up, we got I think this is a crazy collection box right here. Okay, we got the Arceus V figure collection box from the Sword and Shield era. So this promo, okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Last sold, you got 100, you got 120, 117, 118, 117. Okay, so not that expensive. Okay, you get the promo itself is the Arceus promo. It's about a $30 promo, and in a PSA 10, it does really well because it's super hard to grade. Okay, so you get the guaranteed value of the promo. Okay, now you got 2 Brilliant Stars packs, which everybody knows Brilliant Stars is a really good set, and it's kind of got some buzz going on right now, kind of humming a little bit. You got Chilling Reign, which I just went over Chilling Reign, pretty good set, and then in the top left corner you got a Cosmic Eclipse pack. Okay, if you are new here, Cosmic Eclipse is from the Sun and Moon era. This pack alone is about $55, $60. Okay, so if you go, we'll just say 50. Okay, so we got $50 right here. You got a $35 card right here. That's 85. You got what, 8, 8, 16. So say 199. I definitely did that wrong. 101. And then plus another $10 pack. So you're about 110 to 115 in straight up value out of the box. And it's scary to buy a Cosmic Eclipse pack, because that's kind of why you're buying the box. Is there's a Cosmic Eclipse pack and that promo, but it's scary to buy loose Cosmic Eclipse pack. So I'd rather spend a little over $100 to get a legit pack of Cosmic Eclipse, plus a really solid promo, plus 3 other good booster packs from the Sword and Shield era. I think this is I just bought 2 of these the other week. I think this is a screaming buy right now. Next up, one of my personal favorites is Hidden Fates. Okay, guys, if you don't know about Hidden Fates, if you're new here, I've said this multiple times, Hidden Fates was literally printed for years. The ETB specifically were printed for just so many years, okay? I think it was like mid-COVID. This is Sun and Moon era box, guys. And this was printed in like 2021, maybe into 2022. Like, it was printed for so long. So many print runs of Hidden Fates. But it's such a strong set. Okay, you got the Shiny Charizard, you got the Shiny Mewtwo, all the Shining Evolutions, you got the Shining Birds, you got Zekrom, Reshiram. I mean, the list goes on and on about Hidden Fates. If you know Hidden Fates, you know how good and how deep of a set it really is. I still think, even at $400, I still think this ETB is undervalued, because guess what? I didn't even mention the $100+ promo card that you get in the box. Yes, the Stained Glass Birds is the promo in this set. I probably should have pulled up a picture for it, but go look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Most of you guys probably do. The Stained Glass Birds is over $100, okay? And PSA 10 is about mid-300s. They're pretty easy to grade, guys. So, and you get 10 packs. So, and the packs are $35 a piece, so that's $350 right there. Plus the $100 promo, that's $450. Give or take a couple. Last solds are $408, $420, $410, $425. So you can get this for about $400. I think you won. Specifically, because I still think Hidden Fate's got room to grow. Because this was the year chart. Okay, let's go look at the 3 months. So it shot up to about 420. I say shot up. So we'll do the 6-month chart. So it was at 290, rose all the way up to the 4s, and now we're kind of leveling out. We've kind of leveled out for the past 4 or 5 months. Normally, when a box or something it grows pretty drastically, like it grew over $100, and it kind of levels out, that's normally the time to buy. Because for healthy growth in any market, once it starts doing that a little bit, normally it could go back up. And like I said, with Hidden Fates, if you know how good of a set it is. Next up, we're going to go back to the Scarlet and Violet era. Surgery Sparks. Okay, guys. So, Surgery Spark ETB, MSRP is $59.99. So, after tax, it's probably, $63, $64 after tax. I mean, you can get them for about $70, $75. Okay? So, that's $10 over MSRP. Okay. If you can get them at Walmart's, you can get them at Target's, great. Shout out to you. But if you work in the mornings, you can never make the drops, you can never get them online. Paying a little over MSRP is not that bad because let's say for some odd reason they drop all the way down to MSRP, you're out $10. Is $10 really going to make it or break it for you guys? Because how many times are they going to reprint Surging Sparks? Okay. Yes, it's a good set. Yes, it has Pikachu. Yes, it has a pretty good illustration rare depth chart. Okay. But how many times are they really going to reprint this set? Because they reprinted it. They did with those bundles that they did at Costco or Sam's Club. I forgot which one they did. They reprinted it pretty good. Okay. Can't lie. It was at $110 basically. And now we're almost we're in the $70 range. Okay. So it dropped $30 already. How much more do you think is going to drop? Okay. Like I said, it still is Pikachu with the SIR, with that kind of going up in value right now, especially the PSA 10 price. So I think Surging Sparks ETB is a really good buy right now because you're not going to, even if it goes back to MSRP, you're losing $10. But what if they don't print it anymore and it shoots back up? All right? You guys know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the ceiling is way higher than how much lower the floor is when it comes to that. And then, if you want to get really frisky with it, I guess is the random word I came up with, you can get the sealed case for Surging Sparks. This used to be over $1,000. Okay, guys? Used to be over $1,000. Now, if you can get one sealed for $750, $770 in that range for a sealed case, make sure it looks good, make sure no tampering, obviously. Guys, if you go look throughout the Scarlet and Violet era, for sealed cases, premiums, normally there's a pretty big gap for sealed case premiums, okay? Like if you go look at Prismatic Evolutions ETB sealed cases, the regular ETB is about like $135, sealed cases are like $1,600, $1,700. That's a pretty big gap for Prismatic sealed cases. You're about, what did I say? This is like $75 ship. So 75 times 10 is $750. You're basically at the same value. There's no real premium on a Surging Sparks sealed case ETB right now. Obviously, over time, cases grow in premiums than the single. And then if you want to be like, okay, I got the case. If you for some odd reason wanted to open the case, you could sell a box by box when it's down the road when they're pretty valuable. But for sealed cases product, I mean, it's dropped 20%. Okay, that's normally the time to buy. And like I said, there's not a big premium on it. Last up, we got anything Prismatic. I already talked about Prismatic. So like I said, Prismatic ETB cases are selling for, you got, that's loose, no case, open case, any sealed cases. So we're about $1,700 for sealed cases, and these might not be sealed. Maybe you probably want to go to eBay over for that. But if you get it, like I said, that's a big premium. That's like a $300 premium, guys, for sealed cases. But honestly, for Prismatic Evolutions, it does not matter. Because over time, when they turn that faucet off just a little bit, because they got it going full blast right now. They got it overflowing the sink. But if they turn that faucet off just a little bit, with how much demand there is for Prismatic, just because that God Pack and all the SIRs, demigod packs, I mean, what is it going to do when they turn that faucet off just a little bit? It's kind of exciting to think about for, I don't know if that's the right word, but Pokemon Center ETB, you're telling me that it's going to stay about $400 when you see the Obsidian Flames, Paldea Evolved at 151 almost doubling it in price. 151 definitely is doubling it in price, but I think the other two are right around double. The booster bundle displays, $1,300 already for a sealed case. The SPC is doing really good. The Prismatic for long term, well, all these things for long term are really good. Prismatic is the biggest no-brainer. I'm going to say it in any video I ever do. I think Prismatic is probably the safest call when it comes to long-term investing. for your money and your pockets that are going to go crazy if you hold these boxes for, 4 or 5 years down the road. Because, and I say this, guys, because the market can do anything. The market could really go, for some odd reason, Pokemon was like, okay, guys, after Phantasmal Flames, we're going to release crappy sets and the market dips a little bit. Even with the 30th anniversary, who knows? Okay, who knows what's going to happen? But what's going to happen with that next boom? Okay, if you guys have put the time in, I got in 2019, around 2019. We went through the highs in COVID, okay? Then we went, boom, the Pokemon market crashed after COVID 2022-ish, 2023, okay? But then, even after that steep crash, everything went crazy again, okay? So even now, with a higher floor, way higher floor than we were in Sword and Shield era, okay? It crashed. You see what Sword and Shield is doing now with that next boom that happened. So let's say Scarlet and Violet, the Mega era, there's a crash. What's gonna happen when that next boom happens? That's kind of what you're doing. If you're doing investing, you're going for long term. And so that's what gets me staying put is like, okay, but what's gonna happen when the next boom happens? Because it seems to be every 5 years. There's like, it's almost a pattern. Because it was like 2016, you had the Pokemon Go, you had evolutions, you had generations. Okay, then it died off a little bit. Then you had COVID boom. Okay, then it died off for a couple years, and now you got this boom. So there seems to be every 3 to 5 years, it seems to be a boom. That's just what I've noticed the past 10 years when it comes to this hobby, that investing is long term. If you're looking for money now, investing is probably not the play for you. But if you got money to hold, if you got money to just kind of let it chill and relax and let it gain over time, then I think these boxes are all good investments for long term. But I'm rambling now. Sorry about my little TED talk at the end. But I appreciate all the love and support as always. Y'all see you guys next time. Peace.